Hey guys, it's me, Mario. And we're going to continue Vipero, the Snake Man. We left off at Chapter 8, Poisoned Fangs. It's your nose. Alright. Vipero the Snake Man. Chapter 8. Poisoned Fangs. Tom and Elena crept down into the valley. Before they'd gone more than a few paces, Tom spotted a dried-up riverbed. Leading down towards Vipero. "Let's go this way," he whispered to Elena. "It'll help us hide from the beast." They could move more quickly in the gully because the steep sides hid them from the Snake Man's view. But they still crouched and trod cautiously, in case the rattle of loose stones alerted the beast. Halfway down, Tom peered above the level of the rocks to check how far they had to go. What he saw made him freeze. In the bottom of the valley stretched a shimmering lake of blue water. "How did we miss seeing that?" he whispered to Elena. But his friend was already scrambling out of the gully and running down the slope towards the lake. Tom followed her. His whole body burned like a fever as he managed to he imagined plunging into the cool water. He tripped over a rock and fell. Then stumbled to his feet and staggered the last few paces. A hissing filled his ears as he flung himself to the ground, where he could see waves lapping against the shore. But instead of cool water, he felt only scorching sand. Tom let out a cry of pain and frustration. It was a mirage, an hallucination. The floor of the valley was a fury pit, not a lake. Beside him, Elena crouched with her hands covering her face, trying to hold back tears of exhaustion. Tom felt his throat tighten. In spite of the gold chainmail and the strength of heart it gave him, he knew he couldn't do any more. The burning heart of the desert had defeated him, even before he fought the beast. Then he remembered Wizard Eldrew, hanging over the pit of boiling tar. He would be closer to it by now, because Tom's courage had faltered. Perhaps it was already too late, and the good wizard was dead. No, Tom refused to give up hope. He struggled to his feet, determined to carry on. Then a shadow fell over him. Tom looked up, expecting to see clouds covering the sun, but the sky was clear blue. looking down again, he saw the shadow swaying from side to side. The top of it separated into two distinct outlines, rearing back. Suddenly, Tom realized what he was looking at. The beast's shadow. He leaped to one side just as Vipero's doubled fangs snapped on empty air. The two arcs of poison jutted out and fell harmlessly into the sand. Tom grabbed Elena by the shoulder and dragged her to her feet. "We have to fight the beast, now," he yelled. Vipero's two snake heads stabbed at Tom and Elena, his fangs bared and his forked tongues flickering in and out as he hissed in defiance. Tom choked in the foul, acidic stench that came from his gaping jaws. "That way," he cried, as he dodged to one side. Elena dived in the opposite direction, rolling in the sand and springing up again. Vipero's heads hissed furiously. Tom realized how difficult this fight would be. The Snake Man was the first beast they had faced who could attack both of them at the same time. He drew his sword and flung up his shield, just in time to ward off the head that swooped down towards him. Vipero's fangs struck vainly at the polished surface. "Elena," Tom called, "we have to distract him. When I give the signal, pounce on him from behind." Elena raised a hand to show she'd heard. She was panting in the hot, dry atmosphere, but she looked determined now. Tom swung his sword, the blade slicing through the air at just below Vipero's heads. The beast hissed in anger. He reared back again, and Tom knew he was getting ready to strike. "Now!" he yelled at Elena. Elena drew herself forward, grabbing the Snake Man's tail. Startled, Vipero whipped around one head, and Tom wasn't prepared for how fast the beast was. Before he could do anything, Vipero's head struck down and his fangs sunk into the soft flesh of Elena's arm. Elena let out a scream of agony and lost her grip on Vipero's tail. For a moment, she staggered on the sand. Then she slipped to the ground and lay there, motionless. Tom stared in horror at the body of his friend. What had he done? And that was chapter 8. Poisoned Fangs, I think it's called. I have to check. Poisoned Fangs? Yeah, Poisoned Fangs. This book is awesome. book is so awesome. I forgot how intense that battle is. Poor Elena. I can't remember how that book ends, by the way. It's been like over a year since I read it, that part of the book. So it's been a while. But yeah. Man. Vipero isn't my favorite beast, but he's cool. He's awesome. Very scary. Maybe I could look back to old videos and judge what beast I liked the best. But yeah. I don't know what else to say, and I don't know what to say in my outros, so we have a confusing mess here. But yeah, hope you guys liked my read through, and next Tuesday I'll be continuing Beast Quest. That felt like I needed to burp, but it didn't, so yeah. Well, I hope you guys like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you're interested in more Beast Quest. Because after the second series, I have like 2 more before I gotta buy the 5th one. And I think they're like $20–30 each, so makes sense why people wanna see me read this series. Because they're probably reading along, or they just want to know what happens. But yeah, if you guys like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you're interested in more Beast Quest. I'm thinking of doing something else on this channel. I gotta figure stuff out though, so yeah. I gotta figure some stuff out if I have the time. Alright, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye for now.